please, the pleasure is all mine, genuinely. Yes, no, it was an absolutely lovely conversation. Please just feel free to call me at any point in time. I really, really appreciate you taking the time out of your day. All right, thank you so much. Please get home safely. Okay, see you. Good morning. You are... Ah, right, I see. Please, have a seat. Oh, please call me Caleb. Caleb is totally fine. Right, you must be Junior's dad, correct? Okay, right, I see. Oh, no. They actually prefer to be called by their first name, but one of the parents had made the joke that they looked exceedingly like this child actor from the 90s. Yes, that one. Yes, they showed us a picture and we just couldn't unsee it. Junior loved it too, so they asked us to be called, well, Junior from then on. I hope you don't mind. Right, I see. It's all in good fun, I assure you. Okay, right. You are here to find out about how your child is doing this quarter. Usually when I start sifting through my folders, the parents seem to tense up a little, so please, I assure you, there's nothing to be worried about with Junior. Oh, my word, they're a phenomenal kid. Really, genuinely nothing to worry about, really. Okay. Where is it? Ah, there we go. Here. Mm-hmm. So I take it this isn't your first parents-teachers conference? Right. It's just most of the parents don't usually understand how to go through the report card. It's pretty finicky, to be fair. But just in case, I'll walk you through it. Okay? Okay. So this one right here, all the basic information, we can move past that, unless you forgot your child's name for some reason. Right. So our school tends to not like rounding down when it comes to letter grades. We've received a lot of complaints over the years from parents before, asking why their kid doesn't get an A instead of an A minus. It's a lot, really. So we just decided to tack on the numerical grade on the side, and round up more generously, which is more in line with most of the schools in the district anyway. Sorry, that's enough yapping about that. So this right here is what Junior got for this semester. And here is the semester before. So as you can see, they are absolutely killing it. So there's really not much to worry about. Right. Yes, right. Well, if you do want something to worry about, we're seeing a bit more of a downward trend with their math grade going back the previous year. It's genuinely a tiny splash in a huge wave, but, well, oftentimes these downward trends translate to bigger gaps in interest as they transition to middle school and then, of course, into high school. Right. Yes, often, but not always, yes. Right. Yes, it may be a bit too early to think about these things, but the higher level colleges and even some high schools, should you choose to apply for those, They prefer looking at trends in grades instead of the student's current grade. So here, for example, we can see that they're getting practically A's and B pluses across the board. That's phenomenal. But the colleges and the high schools may see that the semester and year previous, they were actually getting higher grades. And so, right. Yes, right. Well, it's more so something you should worry about if you're thinking of placing Junior in a more competitive setting. And I do feel that with their current academic level that it would be good to give them a bit more of a push. But then at that point, you're running the risk of fixing something that's not broken, so to speak. Yes, right. As a whole, they're doing really, really well. Socially, behaviorally, academically, there's really not much to complain about. But of course, it's your decision alone how you want Junior to progress. But if I may, in my humble opinion, I think you should just let kids be kids. Well, sometimes, even when we feel like a more rigid, competitive setting is best for our kids, maybe competition's not what they need. Maybe they just want to have some fun. You'd be surprised how often they know exactly what they want. Often more than we do. No, no, sir. I, I really don't think there's anything to worry about at the moment. I promise you. Now, I understand that there's a level of expectation when you have your child at this school, but we prefer a more holistic approach. And by all measures, Junior is an amazing kid. And I don't say that lightly. I like to think that I'm kind, but I don't sugarcoat anything with parents. It's much more conducive to an actual helpful conversation. So please, let's take a deep breath. You are doing a phenomenal job with Junior. They can be a little abrasive at times, but we'd much rather they act like themselves rather than be put in a cookie cutter mold. Right. You're doing great, sir. And for what it's worth, we actually have a very special nickname for them. Yes, we do. Would you like to hear it? Well, we call them the mafia boss of their class. I actually hear some of their classmates refer to them as the Don. Yes, yes, the Dawn. Yes. We have no clue who started it or how it came about, but we interviewed one of the kids, and they told us that Junior came to school one day and started asking to be called the Dawn. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Does it sound like something they would do? Right. Right. Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah. Well, have they been taking in any mafia related media recently? They seem to be heavily interested. I see. Right. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Um and it seems to fit them. Yeah. With how many mischievous situations they find themselves in. It's actually the nickname is very apropos. Yeah. Yes, oh yes. Unfortunately, mischievous is putting it very lightly. uh, do they seem to act the same way at home? Mm-hmm. Right, right. And do you feel that there are big differences in the behaviors that you observe and what any of Junior's teachers have told you at this point? Right. Wow. Okay. Okay. No, 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 sir. I'm just pleasantly surprised. Oh, yeah. No, sir. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I can't drop the honorifics. I hope you don't mind. Right. Right. Um, yes, what I was trying to say was that I was just that I'm quite pleasantly surprised. Well, usually there's a very big difference between both sides, and at least for me personally, I find that there's I find that that's one of the most important things to look at, even more so than the grades when we're talking about the development of a child. Right. Yes, yes. Well, it's no secret that many, often, but not always, hardworking kids can feel as though they can let loose more when they're at school. They could feel maybe more closed in when they're at home. So to find out that Junior seems to be about the same person at home and at school is very telling of you, sir. It's very telling that you're a wonderful parent. And from what I've gathered so far, an equally wonderful person. uh, well, well, thank you. I'm just here to do my job, really. I do child psychology. Yeah, yeah, no surprise. My work experience isn't anything to write home about, but it's the only thing I've been interested in. So, okay, all right, okay. Please, there's no. My gosh, there's no need. Please, there's no need to call me doctor. I would much prefer just Caleb. Maybe, maybe, yes, maybe. I'm much better at dishing out compliments than receiving them. I think that much is clear. Right. Well, I'm afraid I can't drop the sir. So could you let me be hypocritical just this once? I see. That's fair. Well, thank you, sir. Um, if if you don't mind me asking, and please feel free to tell me I'm being insensitive. If you don't mind my asking, is it just you raising Junior? I'm really sorry if that's a horrible, horrible question. Right. Okay. No, 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 no. It's absolutely nothing serious. Junior hasn't said anything bad about it at all either. So please don't worry. Quite the opposite, actually. Um, I it's just that I often hear them talk about you and not the other party. Right. I'm sorry. I just had my concerns. Right. Would you mind if I ask a few more questions then? No, no, this isn't any child behavioral psychology thing. It's just personal inquiries of mine, I suppose. Again, please feel free to step away if I cross any line. This goes way beyond what I would normally do with parents. Okay. Thank you for trusting me. Um, your child has approached me on multiple occasions, asking me if I'm interested in uh, if I'm interested in single fathers. No, no, no. It's completely fine. It's completely. No, no. It's totally fine. I was. Oh dear. I was beyond embarrassed too when they first approached me. Um, um, have they? Oh my goodness. Um, have they told you about this at all? No? Yes, yes. I'm afraid I'm not pulling your leg. They indeed have approached me about this many times. And normally I wouldn't think too much about this, much less bring it up with a parent, but oh no 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 no! This has not happened before. No 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 sir. I apologize if that's how it sounded like. Right right. um um okay. They Junior seems to want to have that more structured and complete, for the lack of a better word, family dynamic. And that's totally normal. That's totally normal. I am very sure that you've spent more than enough time thinking about this. I just wanted to bring it up with you in case you haven't. And I hope you don't think I'm offended. I'm very open with my sexuality. Most everyone here knows about it by now. It's not in my interest to let my students know about my personal life, but I believe they have their own ways of finding out. Yeah. So please don't feel that I'm uncomfortable. I I I had, had, I had just given it a lot of thought. Okay, I probably shouldn't say this. This is a major breach of parent-teacher professionalism, but but wow, okay, goodness, this is wholly unprofessional. But I definitely find yes, find strength, find strength in the times that Junior has approached me about this. It's just that I had always wanted to have children of my own, but many personal things have dissuaded me in one way or another. So I often live vicariously through work. I like to see these students as my own children. Many of the teachers here do. And so when they approached me asking if I was interested in single fathers, I was weirdly, weirdly very choked up with emotions. Oh my gosh. I'm very embarrassed to say that in my head, I I said, I said yes, very, very feverishly. I said yes. I'm interested in single fathers. Okay, but that doesn't have to leave this classroom now, does it? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Whew. I think um I think we're running out of time. I should have one more meeting coming up quite soon. Yes, very, very soon. Um, thank you, for the lovely chat and for working so hard. Yes, of course, of course. It was my pleasure. It was my pleasure. Right. Yes. Thank you. Um, sorry. Uh, please feel free to tell me off if this is a bit much and that I was totally misreading the room. But I would like to talk with you some more, and I was hoping we would be able to get to know each other a little bit. It's totally non-committal. I just, yeah. Yes, outside of the school at some point in time. Yes. 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 Sorry. I'm sorry. Yes. I would absolutely love to. Yes. I'm sorry. I must sound like a weirdo right now. Um, excuse me. One moment, please. Um, Here. It's a sticky note. Yes, a sticky note. With my email and number. Please feel free to message me at any time. Sir? I'll... I look forward to it. Yes. Please have a good rest of the day. Thank you.